back to my opera channel. This week I wanted to talk about a question that I get asked a lot. My entire life I was always asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I always said, a performer. I started off as a ballerina when that couldn't happen anymore. I found an outlet in opera singing, and I knew that the stage was somewhere that I always wanted to find myself. There was no doubt in anyone's mind. But still, even though everyone knew it was pretty obvious what I was going to be, the question always, whenever I said, I want to move to Europe and become an opera singer, the response I always got was, do you really believe you're good enough? Even today, I still get that response. What upsets me most is I get it from colleagues asking, how do you know that you're good enough? And it makes me really upset because no one should feel that in their career there's no space for them. For instance, if you want to go to medical school and you're, doing all the applications, no one will come up to someone who's going into medical school and say, do you really believe you're going to be a good enough doctor? Or do you really believe you're smart enough to get into med school? No one's going to do that to a lawyer or an accountant or philosophy major. All these things are not something that you get asked if you're not in the performing arts, and I think that's unfair. You wouldn't hire someone if you didn't believe in them, but they wouldn't sell themselves if they didn't believe in themselves first. If you didn't believe that you're good enough to be a doctor and want to be a doctor, then you wouldn't apply for medical school. The same thing goes for singing and acting and dancing. If you didn't believe that you were good enough, why would you even try in the first place? And I think it's that mindset that anyone has to be in a way of self-love, just to know that I'm comfortable in my skin, I agree with what I'm doing, I want to be doing what I'm doing, and I have something to bring to the table. I might have a different path than other people have had, or I might not be doing it in the traditional way. And that's all perfect. That's great. You don't want to be one in a line of many. You want to stand out. You want to be different. I know I want to be different, but that's also because I'm already very different, and I've grown to love the fact that I'm different, that my path has not been the standard path, and that's only made me stronger as a person. And I've spoken about that many times on this channel. You don't have to believe that you're going to be the best. You don't have to believe that no one's going to be better than you, that you're going to be the Jesse Norman of the future. No, you don't have to think that way. What you can think is just, I am good enough. I am good enough to sell myself. I am good enough to put myself out there and say, hey, I'm ready to play the game. Who wants to play with me? And you don't have to worry that just because you had a different experience than someone else, that you're not good enough. You are good enough. You're good enough because you want to do it, and the only way you're gonna know is if you put yourself out there, if you go to auditions, if you go to competitions, if you sing in front of people. I'm talking specifically about singing because that's what I do. But if it's, painting also, there's no difference between being a musician and being a doctor, in my opinion. Very different careers, very different career paths, but the same thing has to happen. You have to go do the work. You have to go put yourself out there. They might be two very different careers, but in order to be a doctor, you have to put in the work, and in order to be an opera singer, you have to put in the work. And the only way you're going to put in the work is if you believe, hey, I enjoy this, I think I'm good enough, I'm gonna put in the work, and I'm gonna see on the other side what happens. I'm gonna put myself out there, and that's the only way I'm going to get feedback. I can obviously sit at home and be okay with just being me at home, but I'll never know. And that's not a matter of believing in yourself, because I don't believe I'm going to be the best. I just believe that I'm going to be good enough to apply, to play the game, to try new things. And I just want more people to do that. So that's why I made this little video. Just believe that you're good enough. If you have any part of you feels that this is something that you should be doing, that's the smallest amount of belief you need. I believe that there's just nothing else for me to do. I want to be able to do it with other people. One of the reasons why I love opera and I love music is the collaborations that you get to do with different people and with different instruments and different opera houses and different conductors and directors, and there's so much creativity and so much positive energy that why worry if I'm good enough? I want to hang out with these guys and have fun, just like if I was working a desk job, I would want to enjoy to go to work. But I want to enjoy going to work doing something that I believe I'm good at, that I believe I can do, that I believe that I can bring something to the table. And that's it. That's all this is. It's the belief that I have something to bring to the table and I'm going to try. What is a drive that gets you to do your job? no matter what it is. Because being an opera singer, at the end of the day, as much as it is my life and I love it, it's still my job. That's the career I want. It's a career, it's a job, and when I come home, I come home. And I want to believe that I'm good at what I do. So please, just tell me, how did you guys decide to do what you're doing? It doesn't have to be music related at all or performance related at all, but I just wanted to explore how your career is a career. Being a musician is a career, and believing in yourself goes way beyond just being an opera singer. And yeah, that's all folks. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little video, and I hope that it was helpful or whatever, but feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe so you can get notified. But I hope you all have a great week. I will see you all next week with my another video. And yeah, until then, have a great week, and don't forget to go see an opera and let me know what you went to see. Oh, shh. Okay, now with that I leave you.